time permitting.
Hello, my name is Korál. I'm an independent journalist, and I would like to continue with the question raised by that man about the big media failures in the last years, because war in Iraq was one of the really a big failure, because it was a total fairy tale about the weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. And another big fairy tale is the whole story about Osama bin Laden and 19 terrorists on 9/11, because everybody who can use the internet can find out very quickly that the official story is totally false. Yeah, and last year we have seen in Libya that when we really research the reason why there started intervention of NATO in Libya, that the reasons were also false. And now we see in I think it's some big media activity against Iran, and they are creating a new fairy tale about nuclear weapons in Iran. Yeah, so I think that this situation leads to very simple results, that we cannot more trust ever to this big corporate media. Yeah. Don't you think that it's already time to speak the truth about these events? Thank you.
So I will just say that the legitimate, in my view, the concerns about Iran are legitimate, and I think the media has played a very important role in articulating those, including most recently describing the fall of the substantial fall of the rial in response to the tough sanctions. Media played a very important role in uncovering the role of Al-Qaeda and the terrorists who attacked the United States, the World Trade Center. But I will let my panelists also address this question, and I think it does go, I take it as seconding Paul's question about the responsibility of media to challenge the truth, and whether there are any risks that come with the corporate ownership and with the conglomerates, even if I don't agree with the specific examples. I think the question, and I'll urge you in deference to those in the audience who are not, unlike me, are not philosophy junkies, to be very, very brief, because we are coming to the end of our session. So I will allow, I think we have time now for a very quick commentary, maybe
30 seconds.
30 seconds for Ahmad, and then maybe either Petr or Yosef, if you also want to add 30 seconds on that.
My 30 seconds, I think you were describing, Mr. Ambassador, the US media before the question, and he was referring to very important issues. Yesterday there was a panel that I attended in the audience about the phenomena of Al Jazeera. And I think things were said there that would be of relevance to what we are discussing. There is more than the US media, there is a phenomenon of Al Jazeera, there are so many truths. So these are my 30 seconds.
Thank you, Ahmad. I give you the last word. And then everyone is invited, not to rush you, but everyone is invited upstairs for the closing remarks and the final ceremony. So.
I just was disappointed that the media didn't do a better job at that time when the politicians were lying. And this is what the media should have done, and what I would have expected from very good journalists or press.
Well, those of you who are journalists in the audience, you've heard a variety of points of view, and that's and probably the injunction to not only tell the truth, but also show when people are not being candid is an important one. That is the first tenet of the Society of Professional Journalists in the United States, of their code of ethics: seek truth and report it. So perhaps the old values of virtues and ethics, the most fundamental principles, not only of the journalists, but of journalism, still have relevance in this rapidly changing, evolving, new media world. I want to thank my fellow panelists for a very stimulating conversation. I learned a lot. I want to thank all of you in the audience for being here, and in particular, our questioners for their tough and interesting questions. Whether those of us on the panel agreed or disagreed, we very much appreciate your contributing to the conversation, and I invite everybody to go upstairs for the closing ceremony.